Hi, I'm Catryna Jackson. I'm the Global Environmental Health and Safety and Sustainability Advisor here at Evotix. I have been in this field a little over 25 years. I started life with the federal government, managing their hazardous materials, hazardous waste, and environmental compliance reporting and safety, and as an environmental consultant to private companies worldwide after that. So what is a SIF? A SIF is a serious injury and or fatality or potential serious injury or fatality that has the opportunity or there is the ability for you to either lose your life or have a serious life-altering injury due to a work-related incident. Some areas of exposure that companies should be aware of or safety officers should be aware of can be chemical, biological, electrical, gravity working at heights, any type of motion, mobility, vehicles, noise, pressure, contained pressure, temperatures, radiation. Those are typical exposure routes. And then controls to those exposures. What is controlling your exposure to something that could cause a SIF or a potential SIF? Do you have the proper harness? Do you have the proper PPE? Do you have your seatbelt on if it's a mobility or a vehicle or manufacturing equipment? Do you have the guards in place? Have they been removed? If you are exposure to potential high energy electricity, do you have the proper PPE in place? Are you wearing gloves, overalls? If it's high heat, do you have the proper PPE? All of those things about understanding that you have the exposure and then what are the controls. The one thing that changed how I thought about safety when I first started working in this field was having someone be injured and having to investigate that injury. I was a part of a safety team that needed to investigate an injury that happened with a gentleman who was a mechanic. It was non-routine work. He was coming in to perform maintenance. It was kind of like a walk-in oven. The lockout tagout procedure did not include a way to deactivate that oven while someone was in it, or even be able to notify anyone else that was in that facility that someone was working on that oven. So we had a piece of paper they had put on that control. So they took the paper off, or it had fallen. Nobody had noticed it. They activated that oven with that gentleman inside, and he lost his life. There were children who would never see their father. They would not have him at their graduations. They would not have him at their weddings. There would be no more birthday parties. And then it really weighs on you the importance of something as simple as a little lock around a lever to have kept someone from turning on the machine would have saved his life. So for me, for a SIF, I'm always looking and thinking about what in this workplace has the potential to cause someone to lose their life. And now, what is the control that we can have in place to make sure that that doesn't happen? What are any mitigating controls that we can put in place to make sure? So we want to have a main control and we want to have as many backups as possible, because the last thing we want to do is see someone not be able to go home at the end of a workday. SIFs can occur in any environment, anywhere in an organization, anywhere in any type of workspace. But most often, in my experience, I've seen them occur in manufacturing environments and mining. Manufacturing, for me, I've just seen so many different types of potential SIFs, and SIFs occur from simple electrical energy accidents, mobile equipment working at height, confined spaces, lockout, tagout. But mining most often has the highest amount of SIFs or potential SIFs because of that confined space, because of electrical energy. They have all of those high energy exposures that will really put a person who's working in that environment at the highest potential for a SIF. Do I think that all incidents are preventable? I mean, at the core of the work that we do, we have to believe yes. We have to believe that all incidents are preventable. And I remember when I first started working, one of the gentlemen who was a mentor for me, I remember saying, oh, that was a fluke. Like it was just a fluke accident. I think we use that terminology quite often. And he said, no. There are contributing factors to that accident. And if you investigate as deeply as you should, you will discover that it too was preventable. Maybe someone made a last minute decision that they should not have. Maybe someone was a little more tired. Maybe someone ignored the risk. But every accident has a moment where it was preventable. And I never forget that.